Do you find that Canon's electronic viewfinders and LCDs suffer from inconsistent color uniformity and balance? Well, Canon thought so. In Canon patent application JP 2024-069558, which was first filed on March the 24th, 2020, and updated just a few months ago on March the 18th, 2024, before being published on May the 21st, 2024, Canon claims to solve the problem of chromaticity differences, where the variations in color representation between different pixels can lead to non-uniform colors across the display, or the EVF, especially between central and edge regions. And in this patent application, Canon claims to solve the problem using various methods across different components. Canon first attacks the problem of chromatic uniformity, color balance, and consistency. By having different spectral transmittant characteristics for the color filters in the central and edge regions, the display can compensate for color shifts that occur naturally towards the edges. Adjusting the opening size ratio helps control the amount of light passing through each color filter, balancing the intensity and the color output between the central and edge regions. For color balance and consistency, Canon found a way to emit light more uniformly, reducing color variations and achieving a consistent chromacity across the entire display. So the big question is, could we see these improvements in color uniformity, consistency, and balance across Canon's new line of cameras, such as the EOS R5 Mark II, the EOS R1, and every other Canon camera to come out after, well, May of 2024? Well, Canon issued a press statement about the EOS R1, stating that the EOS R1 is a mirrorless camera geared towards professionals that bring together Canon's cutting-edge technology and combines top-class performance with strong durability and high reliability sought in a flagship model. And several sources have told us that the Canon EOS R1 is going to be made from completely new parts and not grabbing parts from the parts bin. It's certainly plausible that this patent application and how it solves color uniformity and consistency across various displays such as the LCD and the EVF, and at high-level cameras such as the R1 and the EOS R5 Mark II, it's a big deal because what professionals want is, when they look through an EVF or an LCD, is they want that image to represent actually what the real world sees based on the settings that they adjust in the camera, so exposure and all that stuff. And if color uniformity and balance is off, it doesn't breed that confidence. Having an accurate representation of the shot matters. Unlike an optical viewfinder, you're not seeing the world as it is, but the light as it's been filtered and modified by the image sensor, the image processor, and various filters to alter that incoming light. But more importantly, for those long shoots, it can help reduce eye strain, and this is really important here, it can also help with improving manual focus outcomes. And Canon sees this patent application applying more broadly to other display technologies, like television screens, monitors, phones, and even glasses. Which is quite odd, really, because usually when Canon issues a patent filing, it's usually targeted for a specific technology, such as a digital stills camera. And then if they're going to apply that to security cameras or PTZ cameras, they'll come out with another patent filing, and then another patent filing for medical scanning devices. But now it's time to turn our attention to deals of the week. Sony has stepped things up this week. The a7R5, $400 off, the a7S III, $300 off, and the a7 IV, $200 off. But do you know what's even more interesting? What's even more striking? Take a look here at the Sony Alpha 1. Yeah, I know there's no discount there. That's not what I'm trying to draw your attention to. Let's have another look. B&H claims that it's temporarily out of stock, unlike the Panasonic S1, which is now on special order. So does this mean that a refresh of the Alpha 1 is coming anytime soon? No, it doesn't. There isn't any chatter, but when we see something like this, as we do for the S1, the S1R, and the S1H, it's worthy of our attention to pay attention to this to see if something might come of it. We're definitely expecting a refresh of the S1, the S1R, and the S1H. And the A1, well, it's getting up there too, but we would expect something towards the end of this year instead of, well, right now. But now let's return to deals of the week. The Nikon Z8 is $500 off, the Canon EOS R5 $1,000 off its release price, and Angelbird has a sale on CF Express Type B cards. The 2TB, $449, the 1TB, $199. And those aren't entry-level cards. They have a very fast sustained write speed and read speed. They're They're what I use in my cameras and have been using for the past couple of years. And if you are interested in purchasing any of these camera lenses, bodies, and accessories, then please consider using the links I have in the description down below. I've got almost every camera and lens on sale down there, but there's so many things going on right now that I can't have everything linked. Just use one of those links and punch something into the search bar. But there is something I need to tell you about those links. If you do use them, I could get anywhere from 3 to 12% back, which helps support this channel. You don't have to enter any codes. You don't have to go through a bunch of websites to do that. It just happens automatically through the link. You get yourself a really good deal, and I get a small commission back. So it's the best of both worlds. You get to help this channel by taking advantage of a really great deal. And I want to say a special thanks to all of you that have used my affiliate links in the past. It really matters. It really makes a big difference. And thank you for staying and watching to the very end of this video. An awful lot's going on. I was expecting an awful lot of camera announcements to happen in the first quarter, but something is definitely getting in the way and slowing things down. And I do believe it has something to do with certain materials or certain parts that every manufacturer is using in their cameras. And a material shortage makes an awful lot more sense because, well, it doesn't matter what you do in terms of the production line, you're going to need that material. So hopefully these are all worked out. Everything that happened back in 2020, while the world might seem like it's getting back to normal, there's still a few hiccups in the system. It's taking a while to get everything back in order, and I really do hope these problems are in and out of the way very, very quickly. People who have bought the Canon 200 to 800 back in, what was it, November the 2nd, pre-ordered it, they still don't have it. That's an awful long time. That's about 6 months. That's ridiculous. It's going on 7 months, really. Anyhow, thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to stay up to date on the latest and greatest, don't forget to follow me on X, as well as subscribe and choose all notifications for here on YouTube. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you again soon.